Everyone knows how powerful machine learning is. We all get Netflix and Amazon recommendations that are pretty accurate. We all see Google search suggestions that save us some typing. We expect voice assistants to understand us and even our kids. And many have seen gadgets on Instagram we didn't know we wanted until we saw them. Meta, Apple, Netflix, Google, and Amazon represent the first wave of businesses driven by machine learning. Most people think these companies are powered entirely by proprietary AI. In fact, most AI tech is open source. What these companies built are their own applications, which sit on top of a shared core. All machine learning technology is rooted in computational techniques that are available to everyone. In fact, the algorithms that drive AI are older than the internet, but it wasn't until the internet grew up that anyone had enough data to build a business around these algorithms. To build their businesses, the manga companies created what's called a flywheel effect. Flywheel is an old industrial term for a mechanical device that uses inertia to power a motor. Meta, Apple, Netflix, Google, and Amazon created inertia by accumulating enough data to make their products effective, which led to more customers using the products, which generated more data, which made the learning loop spin even faster. Machine learning runs just like a motor with an infinite supply of fuel, as long as the data keeps flowing. It was very hard for other businesses to compete in businesses driven by machine learning. Even though the core technology is open source, the companies that got there first captured most of the fuel: data. In advertising, the role of machine learning is to predict what ads to buy and how much to pay for them. While a page is loading, the site loads an ad tag, which triggers a call out to the ad tech platform to fill the ad slot. The ad tech flywheels generate predictions, which drive decisions about bids. The advertiser who wins the auction serves their ad. There are over 9 million ad auctions every second of every day. That's a lot of data. Advertising data lives in several nodes of the digital ad ecosystem. 1. Publishers have transaction data on every ad placement they sell. 2. Buyers have data on where they bought ads, as well as data on their own conversions, that is, sales achieved after advertising. And 3. Data companies keep track of how consumers interact with businesses and create categories, which become audiences, with different values for different ad campaigns. The leaders in digital advertising created a machine learning flywheel by securing data from all 3 nodes. As an individual advertiser, it was pretty much impossible to use machine learning without Google, Facebook, or Amazon. 3 companies had all the data. Even though machine learning tech was open source, only 3 companies had enough fuel to run it. By 2015, a few advertisers had visions of their own flywheel, but they couldn't move large sets of data automatically, which is what an ad tech flywheel requires. Companies like Google had to build substantial infrastructure between publishers, advertisers, and data companies to eliminate friction and get big data circulating quickly. By 2020, a much lighter and cheaper form of data infrastructure was possible. This is cloud computing. With cloud platforms like Azure and AWS, smaller companies could rent infrastructure instead of having to build it. Today, there's an ecosystem of cloud-based infrastructure, and it's getting easier to move data among publishers, data companies, and advertisers. It's no longer the case that a few companies have a lockdown on big data automation. Chalice was founded on the realization that this advancement in infrastructure meant any advertiser could benefit from their own ad tech flywheel. Instead of a closed loop with specific data, publishers, and audiences pre-selected, Chalice set out to build an open loop infrastructure. The big difference is that fuel for a Chalice flywheel isn't limited to data sets that live in the same platform. Now advertisers can bring their own choice of platform, channel, goals, and data to the automated decision process. This is critical because many advertisers care a lot about variations in their sales and customer data. With Chalice, they can feed this data into a flywheel without sharing it across the platform. When advertisers build predictions with Chalice, those predictions can be implemented in the advertiser's choice of DSP. Chalice advertisers can generate predictions separately for each channel and ad format, or throw them all in the pot and see what combination drives the best results. They can set goals that are measured outside of any ad platform, including goals around customer value, unique reach, and brand lift. Chalice advertisers can also use data that is contracted privately and securely, without the need for cookie data. This is great for large advertisers pursuing custom deals with strategic publisher partners. In 10 minutes, advertisers get the benefit of their own ad tech flywheel deployed in the bidder of choice. This process can be repeated for every new campaign and every time an ongoing campaign undergoes a change in tactics or goals. Even if nothing changes on the client side, Chalice runs in the background, iteratively updating its models and refreshing bid instructions automatically. Chalice claims no rights to the data coming into or out from your flywheel. It belongs to the advertiser. This not only protects their learnings toward competitive advantage, it also grants the opportunity for marketers to team up with Chalice AI, learn what it learns, and develop tests to point it toward new discoveries.